Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hey, if this is your first time here, please don't forget to comment, share, like, subscribe. Today's topic is, as someone who has lived in South Africa, how do I feel about these attacks? So in 2011 into 2012, I lived in South Africa, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. I met some of the best people I've ever met anywhere in my travels. Um, I was surprised by the violence because it's not the South Africa that I've known and that I lived in and that I loved. And in many ways, I don't know if I feel disappointment or I still find it hard to grasp um, that this happened in South Africa. So I lived in an area. First, I moved to an area which is in Western Cape called Hansbaai, which is great for shark dives and things like that, whale watching, stuff like that in Western Cape. And then from there, we moved to Benoni, a suburb of Johannesburg. And it was, I was a small business owner just getting started in business. That's where I chose to start business, was in South Africa. So I loved it. And it was in Africa, and it was in South Africa. Probably, actually, it's not. Probably. It is the most single beautiful country that I've ever been in my life, and I've been to over 60 countries. The people were amazing. The atmosphere of South Africa is amazing. That's why I go back twice a year. Um, I love it. Absolutely love it. I have great friends who I talk to all the time, keep in touch with, go visit, go hang out. My family knows them. I know their family. I, I, I don't understand the xenophobia. I don't. It's like, it's economic based, but I love South Africa and I love South Africans. And so I understand there's issues and there's problems in South Africa, and there's no different than any other country. But it's just hard for me to swallow. My memories of South Africa were just incredible. There was this struggle, you can't get away from that. And, adjusting to life in South Africa it's a little different, and it took some time getting used to. But all in all, I feel like it made me a better person. I met some of the, when I say the most amazing people I have met, and enjoyed the company and presence of some of the best people I ever met in my life. And we're still friends. And this xenophobia thing, I understand it's complicated. It's very complex, and the media just wants to make it something that is simple when it's really not. It really is a very difficult subject, and it's very complex. It's not easy. Um, but South Africa is just, if you've never been, you should check it out, man. It's absolutely amazing. It's beautiful. It's so much to see, and just natural beauty, and the people, and the food. Oh my God. Yeah, it's, I don't know. Xenophobia is clearly a problem. Um, and I don't have an answer, you know. But I'm just thinking back on my memories of South Africa, and it was just, wow. It was just amazing. It was just this place that just takes your breath away, with the beauty of the people and the atmosphere, the scenery. It's different getting used to the currency, trying to do calculations in your head, the rand versus the dollar. But once you get past all that, I mean, the minibus taxis and driving on the other side. But outside of that, it was, the cities were just I would argue that they rival some of the best cities in the world. Cape Town, by far, is my favorite city in the world. No doubt about it. Hands down, there's no question. Cape Town, South Africa is my favorite city in the entire world. It's just a beautiful place. Amazing. Scenic, just straight out of a book, man. I mean, it's amazing. So for me, it's just hard to imagine that such a place that has so much to offer would be going through something like this. And I understand that it's complex. I understand there's a lot of moving pieces and a lot of moving parts to this, and I understand that it's just not so cut and dry as the media wants to just, portray this. But as somebody who's lived in South Africa, loves South Africa, and goes back often to South Africa, the place that I'm going to retire is South Africa. I, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. I love South Africa. The Rainbow Nation is just, I don't know if it's a failure of leadership or, I don't know. But I do know the people of South Africa are beautiful people. Amazing people. I mean, truly amazing people in South Africa. And my experience was just, it was incredible. It's I tell you what it is, it's life changing. It's different than when I lived in Japan. It's very different than when I lived in Panama or Costa Rica. South Africa was just one of those places that you go to that when you get there, you just never want to leave. It's one of those places. It's one of those places you go to in the world that you can imagine living there for the rest of your life. That's what it's like. It's like paradise. It's the only way I can describe it. So, I pray for South Africa. I pray for Africa, period, and African people, and pray that we can find a solution. Because at this point in time, our grandchildren are going to judge us by the things that we did and the things that we didn't do. And we want to make sure that we're on the right side of history with this. So it's just my thoughts. It's a sad day. I love South Africa and South Africans and the culture and people, and I pray for South Africa. I do. I'll be back there again shortly. And I know that it's not all of South Africans, so clearly it's not all South Africans. It's a few. But that's not, again, what we're showing in the West is a poor depiction of the entire population of South Africa. It's making it seem like it's everybody, when I know clearly that it's not. They didn't even show the counter rally when South Africans were rallying against xenophobia. There was very any coverage or mention of that at all. So, yeah, clearly the media is biased. Anything that's bad that happens in Africa, it gets front page coverage, but when the real story comes out, they really don't want to talk about it. There's no retracting, or it's not a big story, so you rarely hear about it. But yeah, South Africa was it's just one of those places. Just the memories I have of South Africa are some of the best memories of my life. So, peace to you. I'll be back there again soon, and I look forward to spending another night in Benoni or Hansby or Kempton Park. Going to visit Mandela's house in Soweto again. Or, just so many places. Durban, East London, Pretoria. I love South Africa, man. I'll be back there again. but the media gives this country a very bad rap when it doesn't deserve it. So I am disappointed by some of the actions that some of my brothers have taken, but I know it's not representative of the entire country. So it's just my view, my opinion, from somebody who's lived in South Africa. So until we meet again, till next time, peace.